Myself. Ha! It would help if I unmuted myself. That's hilarious. That's a good opening to let everybody know that it's Monday, you know? Like, what's up, everybody? It's Monday with the fucking muted microphone. Smooth criminal out here, just like Michael Jackson with the microphone muted. Ooh. We got some posts about some fish stores in Japan. That is good quality. That is good quality stuff. I really have to go to Japan sometime for fish store tours and stuff. But the problem is that, like, fish store tours aren't really all that profitable to even make videos about it. So I don't know if I'll ever go. What's up, Witchy Cat? What are you doing?
Oh, just sitting here in the smoke.
Are you smoking again?
Yes, I am. I am surrounded by smoke, so sure, we'll say it's me.
Mass cigarettes, huh? Going big into the grit, huh?
Oh, wait, yes. Going big into the schmuck.
You going big into smoking grits now?
Yeah. Yes, Camels Unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
The size of giant trees.
Trees,
man.
Well, I posted it in Discord. Should I post this on YouTube, or will people be mad?
I have to see what you posted in the Court of Districts.
How mad will they be? Because somebody put this mural up in Serbia, and it was I don't understand the mural myself, because it's a mural of Charlie Kirk that he died, but it's him in a basketball jersey for the Illinois White Eagles, which is weird because I'm like, he never played collegiate basketball or anything. He didn't even go to college. What are the Illinois White Eagles? Let's find out. What are the White Eagles? White Eagle Golf Club, White Eagle Golf Club of Rockford, White Eagle Club. It seems to be a golf club.
Oh, well, that makes perfect sense for him to be a basketball player then.
So maybe he played basketball at the White Eagles Golf Club?
Odd.
Charlie Kirk is depicted on the mural in the jersey of the Illinois White Eagles. Belly Orlovi's Ilnosia, a basketball club in which the majority of players were Serbs. What is the Illinois White Eagles basketball club? What the hell is that?
Maybe it's well, no, I guess it would be a college team. I was going to say maybe it's whatever the minor leagues of basketball are. I don't follow basketball. That's why I got run out of Indiana.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what the White Eagles basketball club is.
Yeah, you got
There seems to only be a Facebook page for it. Amateur sports team. White Eagles basketball club. This is BC, though.
Not Illinois.
Not Illinois.
Come on now.
White Eagles is a basketball club, is a community not-for-profit club with a long history of promoting junior basketball in southeastern suburbs of Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. Is it Australian basketball team? I don't even understand why he would be in the Illinois White Eagles, which is just wild. The mural was created for the Center of Social Stability, which calls Kirk a young patriot, and a fighter for truth, who became a victim of those who wanted to silence a different opinion. For us at the center of social stability, Charlie was not only a voice of freedom, but also a symbol of traditional values. Incidentally, the Center for Social Stability is an organization that organizes rallies against blockades, which have been organized in various places in Serbia for several weeks now. Huh. I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm not a huge fan of things being vandalized. The only bare bottom, Branton, is it on the Young Turks channel? I don't watch the Young Turks, to be honest with you. I feel like Cenk and what is it? Cenk Uygur and the other lady. What's the lady's name? Anna Kasparian. So, Cenk is a weird guy, and I probably would agree with him on some things. But he's a weird guy, and they took a gigantic amount of money this year, which I don't fault anybody for taking a gigantic amount of money. I get it, that you want to keep your company solvent. But I would say that, like, one of the biggest problems with keeping that company solvent is that his nephew, a.k.a. What's his name? Hassan Piker is his nephew, which is how Hassan Piker got his start. He basically was funded by the Young Turks. He worked there for a couple years. They produced a bunch of content for him, and then he just went off on his own. Was posted 3 years ago? What was posted 3 years ago? I don't know. This article's from 4 days ago. So I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. We could get into it. I'm just saying somebody sent me that meme. But if you have more information, continue to post in the chat. Or just come on Discord and tell me I'm an idiot. But I don't really watch the Young Turks. Let's see. Turks. Charlie Kirk. Mural. I don't know. If you got the link, post it onto Discord, and then we'll, I don't know. There's videos of this guy. Oh, that's weird. It's not even... If this mural wasn't even on the center. It's on an underpass. Like somebody painted it underneath a bridge.
Down by the river.
What's that?
I said down by the river.
Down by the river. In a van. Living in a van down by the river. But anyhow, what I was talking about with the Young Turks is that... they've definitely gone off the deep end in my experience, and obviously I took a lot of their stuff with a grain of salt. Like, you know, I do agree with certain things. Like, we do need we do need campaign finance reform. Like, okay, cool. What's your finance reform platform? Get big money out of politics. And you're like, okay, how would you like to do that? You know, We need to get the big money out. Big pharma's bad, you know. And I have to be clear on my stance here is that, like, I don't think that inherently large companies are just bad, right? Like, I don't go like, oh, that's a big company, so it's bad, which seemingly the Young Turks just take that stance with everything in that way. So I'm like, that's ridiculous. Anna Kasparian has obviously been acting as a progressive for years, which is the exact same thing that you see with the Fox News hosts and shit, right? Or the NBC News hosts. It's like, oh, we hired a communications degree, somebody who's got a bachelor's in communications, and they come on and they put on a bunch of makeup and they read the teleprompter, essentially, right? And they're a talking head, right? And for years, Anna Kasparian is supposedly this huge progressive, super progressive. And then after COVID, in between the time after COVID and now, she was apparently assaulted while out walking her dog. To the degree of the assault, I don't know. As far as I know, she never really made the specifics public. I don't know if anybody was ever charged with a crime, but this is the story that she tells. And she wrote all of this nonsense. She wrote all of this nonsense, all of these Twitter posts, all these Instagram videos, Facebook videos, TikTok videos, just a slew of explaining why I left the left, right? So essentially she was assaulted in the park, which is unfortunate, and nobody ever wants that to happen. I don't endorse any of that nonsense, to be clear. And then she completely has made a 180 on all of her stances that she supposedly cared about so much, right? That, like, now we need to put a police officer up everyone's ass just in case somebody tries to probe your ass. There should be a police officer there. There should be a police officer in your garage. Probably a CIA operative in your attic at all times. You should, all of your information should be stolen by, whether it be Palantir or whatever other dark money program that Elon Musk decides this week is a good idea. We should have all of these bases all around the world, blah, 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 right? And from my standpoint, I think, well, a terrible thing happened, so you would probably have a reaction, right? I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it. I get why you would react to something bad happening to you, right? Now, my question is, it's not the question of somebody's character if something bad happens to them, right? It's how you react to something bad happening to you, right? And here's like a basic example. Like, let's say that somebody bumps into you in line at the grocery store. Do you turn around and punch them directly in the face, right? It's like, well, something happened, so I'm going to react like a just whole hog, right? And that ultimately is, my take on the Young Turks, that they will, no matter what, just completely change their stance on things that they claim to be their values, right? Like, oh, these are my lifelong values and whatnot, and suddenly just spin on them for either money or as a reaction to something that happened to them specifically, which ultimately is my problem with most of conservatives in the United States, is that they don't give a shit what happens to anybody until it happens to them. And I've seen it probably 50,000 times now where there is a conservative lawmaker, whether they be a mayor, a legislator, a representative, a senator, whatever, who are vehemently against gay rights in all shapes or forms, right? Whether it just be allowing people to have sex however they want to have sex in a consensual way, whether it be marriage, whether it be in a contract, whether it be up and down the line, wherever you want to go with it, they're opposed to those, to just gay people having rights. And then all of a sudden, oh, turns out their son was gay. Oh, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, wait, I think gay people should have rights. Or it turns out their uncle is gay or their cousin is gay or something like that, right? And then all of a sudden they just turn on a dime like, oh, no, I think gay people should totally have a thing because, I know a person now, right? Like, I don't need to know a person, okay? I don't need to know a person or something that happened to a specific person. Like, I don't need the anecdotal evidence, right? Like, I lean very heavily into statistical evidence. You know what I mean? It's like, I understand there are outliers in regards to any example of anything that you could come up with, right? That, like, there is a guy who had $5 to his name and he bought a lottery ticket and he won, right? So it's like, well, I guess anybody who only has $5 to their name, we should give them advice to buy a lottery ticket, right? Like, what? You know, like, the outliers don't prove the rule to me, right? The outliers prove the fact that, like, oh, statistically speaking, this thing happens 90% or 90% of the time or 95% of the time or 85% of the time or whatever, that we go, hey, you know what we should do? We should really take that into consideration versus really bothering ourselves with these weird anecdotal stories. Mega Buddy says, for all younger folks, they hated gays just like they hated trans now. It's a distraction for them to make a change to power or a money grab. Yes, it's always identifying a scapegoat, right? If you're not familiar what a scapegoat is, it's who you're going to blame it on, right? It's, hey, who broke the lamp in the living room? Oh, it wasn't me, it was Timmy, right? Even though you and Timmy were the ones playing stickball in the base or in the living room, right? They're going to scapegoat and vilify all groups whenever they feel like they can. And as we've seen this week with this insane fucking authoritarian, psychotic fucking, you know, we're about to go through the Third Reich again. Third Reich 2 Electric Boogaloo. This time it's fucking Stephen Miller, right? Trump admin. The Trump administration posted this week, I think on Monday or Friday, this list of what they've deemed left-wing terrorism, right?
Friday.
Was it Friday?
Yeah.
I think it was Friday. I don't know where the list is. They wrote it out. And it is like... It is the most broad sweeping anybody can fall under this.
I think it was in the proclamations on whitehouse.gov.
Yeah,
I'm looking.
I think it is too. Why don't you find it for me? But it's essentially they are implementing a mechanism now where you can just identify somebody as like, oh, you had anti-American sentiment at some point. So we'll just send you to the gulag, right? And admittedly, the reason I say that this is the Third Reich is that I want to double check the numbers here because before I say it. Oh, yeah, it is 65 million. The Trump administration has been vilifying the Latino population in the United States as somehow they've invaded, right? They keep talking about these invasions of people coming across the border. What initially started out as What initially started out as 2 million illegal border crossings, then ballooned into 4 million, then 10 million, then 20 million. And last week, Donald Trump said there are 25 million illegal border crossings. The numbers just keep going up because it's an old senile man who's clearly on tons of drugs to keep him alive. He probably has the Halliburton, like, zero pulse artificial heart. Have you seen that, Witchy Cat?
Yes.
What's his name had one? The vice president? What was his name?
Was it the vice president? I thought it was Cheney.
Dick Cheney.
But
yeah, Dick Cheney was the vice president. So yeah, Dick Cheney has the he has the artificial heart that has no heart rate. You know, it's just like psst, it's just pumping, it's just pumping blood. I wouldn't be surprised if that's where Trump was for those 5 days where he was missing. They're starting to put in the in the Elon Musk parts into him.
That's right.
But the reason I bring this up is that this administration has been ramping up. They added $170 billion to ICE for next year, right? That's just the budget for ICE next year. We're noticing that, yes, they deported some people. They're throwing people into fucking internment camps. They're throwing people into fucking death prisons in other countries, which, in my opinion, is a form of murder, right? Like, if you're just murdering people, they're blowing up boats indiscriminately with humans on them, identified through the, like, black and white fucking imagery from the military that, oh, there are humans on that boat. Okay, we're going to blow it up with a missile, which is murder, right? You didn't ever bring them to court. You didn't arrest them. You just said that they were drug dealers, which is insane because that's not the death penalty in the United States. But the president of the United States, the current sitting president of the United States, has advocated on multiple occasions that drug dealers should just be executed in the street. So he is implementing what he has talked about, right? Just murdering drug dealers. Just call them drug dealers and then shoot a rocket at them. By the way, a taxpayer-funded fucking rocket that has put us into massive debt as a country. And you go, well, they're running out of people to find and deport because there haven't been that many actual deportations, right? Because the likelihood of whatever inflated bullshit numbers that they make up are pretty inaccurate and untrue. But one of the things that we do know is that there is 65.2 million self-identified Latino people, Hispanic or Latino, whichever you want to call it, from the most recent census done in the United States, which is 19.5% of the population. The current Trump administration has been on record multiple times saying that they think the population of the United States should be around 100 million. So it isn't a very far stretch of the imagination to realize that they are ramping up all of these officers. They're going to spend all of this money. They're going to build all of these internment camps, which, by the way, supposedly the Republicans or conservatives or whoever the fuck they call themselves now, self-identified, right, have been claiming for years that veterans, we have to be taking care of the veterans. Oh, you could put up alligator Alcatraz. You could build alligator Alcatraz, which houses how many people?
Well, that kind of depends on how you're housing them, but I think it was something like, I thought it was 1,000, maybe a little more. I may be wrong on that.
2,000 to 5,000.
Ooh, I was wrong on that.
was designed to hold up to 3,000 people with projections for a total capacity of 5,000. So you could build Alligator Alcatraz in 24 hours and house 3,000 people, but you can't build one for homeless veterans, right? If you don't want proof of how much the Republican Party is fucking lying to your face, other than this right here, how many times have they said, we need to house the homeless veterans. We need to take care of the veterans. Guys, we need to respect the troops. We need to respect the troops. We need to take care of our veteran population. In 24 hours, they built a shelter that will house 3,000 people as long as you get to be essentially a member of the Nazi Party, right? And take brown people and stick them in there. But they can't do any of this for veterans. They can't do, oh, sorry, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't help any of the homeless veterans. Can't help any of those guys or gals, right? Can't help any of those people, but in 24 hours you can build a shelter for 3,000 people, right? Not a problem. Not a problem as long as I get to vilify brown people and put them in jail, right? You can't actually help the veteran. You could have done this. Marco Rubio himself could have just done this. They could have done this 6 months before this. They could have done it a year before this. They could have done it a week before this, and built, I don't know, veteran Alcatraz. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, right? Alcatraz for the vets. You know, you could have done it, but you ain't going to do it. You ain't going to do it because the Republicans are lying to you. The Conservative Party is lying to you. Let's mention Fox talking about locking up 800,000 people. Let's talk about Fox wanting to give involuntary lethal injections to people. Let's talk about that. You want to talk about Fox wanting to lock up 800,000 people? What about Fox just being like, hey, let's give them involuntary lethal injections, and then being cool with that? And then leaving that guy on the air. How about that?
Such an idiot.
Sad true, but many legal Latinos are in full support of roundups. Right, because you have to think about the background. I've known tons and tons and tons of people from Mexico, Venezuela, Panama, Ecuador, only a couple of Cubans, Puerto Ricans. You go down the list: Chileans, Uruguayans, Brazilians. I know lots of Brazilians, right? But you also have to remember that those people have been deeply indoctrinated by the weird religion that they're told is true, right? Because you have to believe that there's an imaginary Santa Claus that flies around in the sky. There's a bearded man. He invented all of the stuff, right? And if anybody ever tells me that, I just yell at him and hold on to my cross. I hold up my crucifix. Oh my God! Oh Dios míos! Right? Because they've been told the entirety of their life that there is an imaginary Santa Claus in the sky, who, by the way, was all sent there by fucking white colonialists, right? To go down there and set up churches, right? To tell the Latinos, they're like, this is what you need to do. Right? So a lot of them come to the States. And they are super indoctrinated into Catholicism, whatever sect of Christianity managed to weasel its way into their town and extract money from them and implement power over their population. Let's get into the fact that, like, most Catholics are Republicans who claim to care about pedophiles, right? And yet the whole organization of within the Catholic Church has just been covering up for those guys for fucking decades now. It's not even like they found out last week and we're waiting to see if they're going to do something about it. No, they've just been doing it for fucking decades, right? And Yeah, and here we are. Here we are in 2025. And here's also the other part of the problem is that when they come to the States, it's not a lot of people that speak Spanish in the United States that are willing to put a hand out, or I don't know. I don't even know if this is the right way to phrase it, but like, first off, not a lot of people speak Spanish in the United States. And it is sort of a racist stereotype, but I've seen it from people in the South over and over and over again about how, won't you come to my country, speak my language, right? And meanwhile, you're speaking the language of the United Kingdom, right? You're speaking a language from across the pond, right? So a lot of those people don't even want to talk to him. A lot of content creators don't make content in Spanish because even if they are a Spanish speaker, they don't make as much money if they broadcast something in Spanish. So if you go on YouTube, for instance, and end up with a Spanish-speaking audience, when it comes to the ads that you're going to be paid for, you're going to be paid pennies on the dollar if you do it in Spanish. A perfect example, if you want to look this up, look up El Estepario Siberiano. I wanted to double check before I said his name out loud because I don't know if I ever say it before. He is a Spaniard from Spain who does some of the most insane drumming that you will ever see. He is an amazing drummer. He's from Spain. He speaks Spanish. He also speaks English. Mainly because their education system in Spain is far superior to the United States. But regardless of that, he used to make videos in Spanish because that's his native tongue. And he's like, I want to make videos so the Spanish people know what I'm up to. And I'm over here, and I don't even know where he lives. Let's just say Madrid or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what city he lives in. But he realized, wait a minute, if I release my videos in English, guess what? They'll get spread out to the English-speaking audience where ads pay a lot more because English-speaking audience, it's a bigger lion's share of consumerism, of mass consumerism in the world. It's just how that works. So when it comes to Mexicans or Venezuelans or Ecuadorians or Chileans or Brazilians or whoever that come up from the South and they emigrate into the United States, turn on a radio station. That one's in English, that one's in English, that one's in English, that one's in English, and all of a sudden you get the cumbia, right? Basically, German background. German background with whistle. You got a referee whistle. You got some shouting. You've got some trumpets randomly popping in. Trumpets aren't even from South America. So, how many times have you actually listened to that radio station to find out what that radio station is actually talking about? What ended up happening is that groups like Rupert Media from Rupert Murdoch, the motherfuckers who own Fox News and shit, guess what? They went, oh, wait a minute. There's all these Spanish-speaking radio stations. So just like the Young Turks, they walked in, gave them a big fucking suitcase full of money, and said, hey, here's what we want you to do. Okay? And they refer to Donald Trump as Tio Trump, Uncle Trump. Okay? They refer to him as your uncle, right? Now, if you're somebody who doesn't speak English and you hear, hold on. If you hear this shit from this guy.
Effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen. Well.
Is that okay? Which is basically
This fucking abject piece of shit Trump motherfucker who's going out to do a press conference. He had to have been briefed ahead of time going out to do this presentation, right? They go out to do this presentation. This idiot can't even say acetaminophen, right? He can't say acetaminophen. It's a word he's never learned. You understand? The silver spoon up his ass, old fucking dyed blonde hair freak show of a fucking president that we have calls it Tylenol because he's a fucking idiot. Okay? He's a fucking idiot that doesn't know that Tylenol is acetaminophen. Okay? But when this gets aired on the Spanish radio station, they'll be talking about how Donald Trump said that acetaminophen was dangerous and it causes autism. And they'll play a little clip of him talking.
Risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good.
Right? So there he goes right there. Taking Tylenol is not good. Okay? Talks like a fucking 8-year-old. Guy's a fucking piece of shit. Anyhow, when he goes and does this on TV, the radio station will then turn it into somebody who has a communications degree will be talking about how Donald Trump gave a press conference today about how there could be a danger with acetaminophen in relation to autism, okay? And then they'll play a little clip where he goes, Tylenol, not good. No, not good. Right? And then the Spanish-speaking audience will go like, oh, shit, Uncle Trump says that taking Tylenol might not be good. Okay, word, right? And then it'll cut back to the person with the communications degree will be like, the studies are this and the studies are that and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, on the I-5, it's bumper to bumper, chrome to chrome. Meep, 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 wah, wah. Hold on, we got a prank call coming up here real soon at the 15s. At the 15s, we'll have a prank call, okay? We're going to prank call your aunt, okay? We're going to prank call your aunt, as it were, or whatever, right? And in the meanwhile, the Spanish-speaking community will then will frankly begin to spiral about how Tylenol is super bad. But there's never somebody within their circle with the ability to be able to step in, okay, and go, hey, mom, hey, dad, hey, auntie, hey, uncle, hey, grandma, hey, grandpa, hey, daughter, hey, son. This guy is completely full of shit, and this is 100% fabrication. This is a fabrication of nonsense because they don't understand the nuance. If you want to get yourself really familiar with how this has projected into South America, John Oliver did a piece on this like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago about how Donald Trump is translated into Spanish to sound like he's making sense by the translators, because the translators don't translate one-to-one, right? The translators themselves don't want to sound like Donald Trump when they talk and do the voiceover of the translation. And so the people in the South have this idea that he's somehow like, oh, yeah, I mean, he seems fucking reasonable. It's like, motherfucker, he's not reasonable. The guy who's reasonable is the translator who's trying to make heads or tails and not lose his fucking job. But that's why a lot of the Latino community is like air quote, for Donald Trump. They don't understand his platform. They don't understand who the guy is. And I would implore you and anybody out there to go talk to your Spanish-speaking community, your local Spanish-speaking community, and find out like what is going on, because they're told that he's a godly man. He loves God. He loves the Bible, which, by the way, he can't quote a single verse from the Bible. He doesn't even know his favorite part of the Bible. When asked, what's your favorite book? He said, I don't know. What is it? How to Make a Deal, or whatever his stupid fucking book is.
Deal.
Trump deal book. What is
The
that
Deal.
stupid book? Art of the Deal. He said the Art of the Deal was his favorite book, and then said, oh, wait. Oh, no, the Bible's my favorite book. And then they said, what's your favorite part of the Bible? And he just rambled on about how all the parts are all the best. All the parts, you know. I don't even believe in the Bible. I've read the stupid shit because I'm an avid reader, right? Which I could tell you the difference between Revelations and Genesis and whatever. And I'm not even, I hate the Christian religion. I think it's ridiculous, and it's caused nothing but fucking harm to our planet. Okay. Which, by the way, if any Trump supporter ever wants to get mad at me for stating that I hate the fucking Christian religion, take your hypocrisy and stuff it right up your fucking ass, okay? Because Donald Trump went on stage to say, I hate my opponents. Just last week. Just last week, at a supposed funeral, a supposed fucking memorial for his good friend Charlie Kirk, where he got to hang out behind bulletproof glass with likely in the Epstein files also Elon Musk. While they just sat there and just chummed it up like two little fucking bosom buddies, right? Once again.
Well, the not so grief-stricken widow
Came out to a fireworks display.
tried
Right.
not to set herself on fire.
Which,
Yeah.
by the way, this whole fucking Erica Kirk thing goes antithetical to everything that Turning Point USA tries to tell you. And Charlie Kirk has told you for years now that you are a woman, are not supposed to have a job. You're supposed to go home and have babies and take care of the house. What's Erica Kirk doing? Grifting
she's gonna-
for money, taking over his fucking live stream, or taking over his fucking show, whatever you want to call it. Just as ridiculous as my show here, right?
laughing it up.
Laughing it up, just having jokes, chumming it up with people, jet setting around. Good question of like, how is she actually taking care of her kids if she's podcasting with people for hours and hours a day?
I just haven't seen her with the kids since the funeral, but
Are they alive? Do we know? Do we have proof of life that they're alive?
a nanny somewhere on an upstairs floor, living their sheltered little lives until they can be trotted out from
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep. And you know, one of the things is that like I've been pretty regularly I get asked these days that people are like, why are you speaking out? And I'm like, I want people to fully understand the fact that like you're going down whether you like it or not if you don't speak out. Okay? You could not speak out and they'll still find a reason to fucking throw you into the gas chambers or firing squad or launch a drone at your house. If you speak out or not. Okay? I want people to understand that. And I want people to understand that speaking out or not speaking out isn't the difference between you just getting to fucking skate on past. Like, oh, it's fine. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Boop, 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 boop. Right? Like, it's not going to work. I'm sorry. It isn't. You know, somebody asked me just the other day in response to the Charlie Kirk thing of him being assassinated, right? Which is awful. And I don't condone that behavior at all. In fact, it's disgusting and should never happen. To be clear. Okay. To be clear, also, people shouldn't be traveling around to like college campuses and chimp clipping people and promoting this fucking insane belief system, right? Onto, these algorithmically driven fucking platforms, whether it be YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or WhatsApp. Oh my God, fucking WhatsApp is just out of this world these days. Fucking unbelievable nonsense on WhatsApp. To be able to just go around and make these clips and then fabricate them into like, look at me, I own the libs, right? Ben Shapiro's a piece of shit for doing it. Charlie Kirk is a piece of shit for doing it. What's his name? Steven Crowder's a piece of shit for doing it. Alex Jones is a piece of shit for doing it. Jordan Peterson's a piece of shit for doing it. It's garbage. You shouldn't be doing it. Should any of those people be shot for doing it? No, absolutely not. But the question that somebody asked me the other day is like, aren't you concerned that like somebody's going to shoot you or whatever? And I got to remind people that like my level of concern for like somebody shooting me from a rooftop on a day-to-day basis is the same level of concern I have for like a volcano exploding or a meteor hitting the earth or an earthquake that opens up the ground and a giant chasm opens up and swallows the city I live in or whatever, right? Like, those are valid concerns to have. Like, I certainly wouldn't like that to happen. But to wander around every day and worry about that shit will put you in an early grave. So I don't worry about it because there's just nothing I can do. If somebody is super motivated to do that shit, they'll probably pull it off. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that there are a lot of Americans that have deeply, deeply, deeply devalued the lethality of the gun. Too many people watch John Wick and think, yeah, I'll take a couple bullets and I'll be fine. Now,
I can get up and walk away.
I will remind people that, yes, when you shoot somebody, they don't instantly die. They do stuff still, to be clear. But also, when you got bullet holes in you, you're dying. You're not like maybe got a problem, whatever. No, you are actively dying is what you are doing. Yeah. And so the seriousness of pointing a weapon at somebody like that, I think, is super, super downplayed in this country. And, from the standpoint of there are like, 450 million guns in this country, that's why. Is that people start to stop taking it so seriously when there's guns fucking everywhere, which there are, just by the fact of how many there are, right? And that's also another reason why I don't worry about it. Is like, what are you gonna do? Find the guy who is on a mission to fucking assassinate me or whatever and stop it from happening? Like, our police force doesn't do that.
Right. They show up after the fact. You'll be dead before they worry about that guy.
Which they generally won't even worry about that guy either, to be clear.
Right.
Like, I think, what is it? What's the violent crime statistic? 34% or something like that?
I don't know.
In the USA, I think property crime is like 10%. 44%. Sorry, not 34%. 44%. I got I had a 3 instead of a 4.
Not that. Shoot him.
The overall violent crime solved rate was 41%. It's escalated to 44% now. So 2023 was 41.1%. 2024 statistic is 44% of all violent crimes were solved nationwide, which these do vary between the crime. Aggravated assault, robbery, rape, murder, non-negligent manslaughter, Non-negligent manslaughter has a higher rate of around 58% because that's probably all mostly motor vehicle accidents. These figures represent a significant drop from historical rates in the 1960s when nearly 90% of violent crimes were solved. Got a big drop here, guys. We got a big drop.
You wouldn't guess this by the way the media presents all the cop shows and, the court shows and all the rest of that stuff. We're flooded with all of that on our TV, and yet 44%. I was thinking the first 48, but yes, Law and Order definitely in there.
Brought to you by the DOJ with funding from the United States Military Service. Dick Wolf is owned by the CIA.
That would not surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be saying Dick Wolf on TV, but you can. As long as you produce a show for the CIA. Anyhow, like one of the bigger issues there is that, like I said, our police force isn't solving the crime ahead of time. That like somebody that hates my guts and wants to murder me, right? And they go out and they buy a gun and they start doing some target practice, and apparently they write really like lofty sort of Shakespearean like back and forth on their Discord private messages, back and forth. They get it ready. They do a lot of prep ahead of time. None of our police force is doing anything to intervene in that situation, right? And we're supposed to believe the narrative that like, they'll have the president there talking and somebody climbs up on the roof with a rifle and they can't even figure that out, let alone little old me, right? Like I'm just sitting on a dock of a bay watching the tide, and all of a sudden just one to the dome, like they weren't even ready. They didn't even know that the shooter was on the roof is what I'm saying. Right? You know what I mean? I'll just
you
be
lost
like,
your secret service detail already.
Right? I'm just sitting on the dock of a bay. Right? And then all of a sudden it's like, shot rings out, heard by the internet. Internet! Right? And they're like, oh, fuck, he's dead. He died. Right?
Right on a live stream.
Died.
This will be it's viral.
Well, actually, that's the thing. Actually, did you know that like YouTube has implemented a bunch of systems that if you are murdered on a live stream, it will intervene. Did you know that?
Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah. Whole bunch of systems put into play to immediately intervene on your channel and whatnot. It's the same reason why, like, when they find out who a shooter is, all of a sudden, all their social media disappears, all their YouTube videos, all their Discord chats, all that stuff just suddenly disappears. Like, weird.
Well, darn YouTube.
Well, I mean, if I get murdered, I don't want to go viral,
Yeah, it's a little pointless to go viral then. It's not like it's going to do anything for your channel.
I mean, I guess if I was married to Erica Kirk, then it would be beneficial, right?
Right. She could just keep it alive.
She'd get it going. We'd have the vice president come do the show next week. We'd do a pyrotechnics show at the football stadium.
I would love to see J.D. Vance with your haircut. That would be hilarious.
Did he cut his hair?
Well, I think it would be hilarious because he got a big old fat round head. So to see your faux hawk on his head would be amusing as hell. Anyway, go on.
He's a fathead weirdo. But I mean, to all those people out there that are like, you can't call Trump a Nazi. That's fucked. I'm like, J.D. Vance called Trump a Nazi. Called Trump Hitler.
And J.D. Vance is a couch fucker.
Either JD Vance is right. If I'm wrong, JD Vance is wrong. Then you have to then what do you have to do? Right? You start having those the stroke symptoms. The world starts tilting in and out of fucking, right? Oh, my whole world. Oh my God.
You become Homer Simpson.
Who becomes Homer Simpson?
I always thought Homer Simpson was just basically a stroke victim in action. That explained everything about him.
No, he was just a dumb boomer. That was the thing.
There's a difference?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Stroke victims have that Trump face thing, where half of his face is sagging down.
Not all. It's the left-hand side of the body.
What?
The left-hand side of the face and the body. The hand gets limp and the leg doesn't work. That's typical stroke symptom.
Yeah. I was saying that Homer doesn't have that.
Hard to tell.
What do you mean it's hard to tell? They would have drawn it in there.
All right.
Well, I don't know. I mean, do you think the Simpsons animators aren't good enough to do?
No, they're fine. I was just thinking that it's the mental confusion aspect was what I was originally aiming at. Now I'm just, running with it for fun. So meanwhile, back to your argument.
He's just a dumb boomer,
Okay.
I mean, you have to think from the Simpsons, he's just a dumb boomer. He barely made it out of college. He had a kid early. He just got a job at a place. Yet he owns a 4-bedroom house with a basement in suburbia. Do they own 2 cars or 1 car?
I think just the one.
I think just the 1 car, but he has 3 kids, a wife who doesn't work. He owns a 4-bedroom house with a basement in suburbia. And, he has a high school degree, supposedly. And he just works a job, right? So, if he is anything, he is just a boomer, right? Because he gets to own and have all of these things with 0 fucking credibility, right? Well, I think I lost you. Did I lose you?
No, I'm sorry. Well, hey, that's fun. That's usually my question. I was reading something. Yes, he is definitely the stupid boomer category. My point was that he very much, in many ways, reflects some of our current Republican seeming stroke victims in the loss of, oh my God, the world's gone awry. I've agreed with someone that's not me. Not of my beliefs.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, if we're going to get into that sort of conversation is that, and I've noticed this with older people I've talked to, right, is that they wholeheartely believe that the world is on fire. It's burning down, right? Everything is just, it's the worst it's ever been. Everyone's been murdered already. Everyone's dead. And the unfortunate thing is, this is one of the arguments that I've gotten into that are wildly esoteric and very difficult to pin down. Did somebody win? Did somebody win or did somebody lose this conversation? Right? Is that our living standards are currently the best they have ever been. Starvation rates around the world are the lowest they have ever been by
huge numbers.
The numbers are just, they're what? The numbers are what the fuck? What are you talking about? Murder rate, homicides, all that shit is way down. It's the lowest it's ever been. Deaths from war, it's the lowest it's ever been. When you start to go through all of those metrics, you're like, the world actually ain't that bad, right? Because all of those big statistics are glaring that we're going in the right direction, right? Now, most people are taking those big ideas, right? Like those big statistic ideas like murder or whatever, and they're implanting those ideas onto your day-to-day interactions with all of the things that you need to interact with, right? Like, we don't have public transportation, so you have to own a car, you have to pay for gas, you have to pay for insurance, you have to pay for maintenance, you have to do a car payment, right? And you go, what the fuck, bro? Right? And you go, this is fucked. Okay, well, let me look at one of the next things that I interact with on a daily basis. Daycare is like $1,000 a month. Daycare, because the school day doesn't last as long as the entire work day, right? Like the kids don't go to school as long as the adults need to work. We currently live in a world where you need both adults to work, whether it's two ladies, whether it's two guys, whether it's a girl and a guy, or a polycule. So it's 3 girls and 2 guys or whatever. All you motherfuckers need to go to work because the daycare is going to cost $1,000 a month.
Yep.
Then you go, well, how much does food cost? And as we know, in the last election cycle, people were freaking out at the cost of eggs, right? Which was their scapegoat at the fact that like their entire food bill has been going up and up and up and up and up and up for the last 10 years because the corporatocracy that is implemented within our food system is pushing and pushing and pushing on the consumer to get and make more money, right? Not all corporations are bad, like I said earlier today, but when we start to look at those corporations now colluding with each other to essentially set the market price, now we have a problem, right? We don't have 10 beef corporations competing with each other, right? We don't have 10 beef corporations competing with each other to raise quality and lower prices. We have one beef corporation that owns the 10 companies, right? That are now all setting the market that when you go to buy a fucking... I bought a burger the other day and I just about fell over that it was $18 for a burger and a side.
Jesus.
And they were like, yeah, that's how much it costs. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck are we talking about? And you go like, what is going on here, right? So then we start to look at some of the other costs that we have to pay for, like the mortgages. Housing prices have gone fucking through the roof, especially due to the pandemic. I mean, we saw our house in the South End appreciate by like 100% because it doubled in price. It doubled in price, and it sold for more than double what we bought it for in the 6 years that we owned it. Right?
Yeah.
That means that people are paying at least double for houses. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
maybe your mortgage was $1,600 before. Now it's going to be $3,200, right? Then we start to dip into healthcare. One of the few spots where Americans have had a little bit of relief for the last few years, thanks to Obamacare and the fact that they were able to do something within the government to get something subsidized so that people would have access to healthcare. Which, by the way, I was talking to somebody the other day who is one of those people that helps people with their health care. She's like a specific customer service type situation, right? Like kind of like that, where people have questions, concerns about their health care, and they're trying to figure out what they do with their plan and whatnot. So she's like authorized to like look up people's accounts and that kind of stuff. And they literally had people calling in that were like arguing with this person about what health care that they have. And this person is like, I have their account open. They think they have one type of health care because they go to that center, right? Because that's the service provider, but that's not the health care that they have, right? Because they bought it through the exchange. It's this company. That company doesn't have a center in the area, so it buys the service from the center that's there. So they think because they're going to this one center that like that's the insurance they have, and that's not even the right insurance, right? But that's still crazy expensive. It's still crazy expensive to get healthcare in this country, right? So you start to take that stuff, all that pressure gets piled onto these stories about guy drives his truck into a church, lights the church on fire, shoots people, whatever. Like terrible, 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 terrible. But all of those pressures that I just talked about get piled onto that story, right? Emotionally. Yep. That, oh my God, we are in danger, right? And I will admit, yes, you technically are in danger, but we are talking about, what is it, 4.2 out of 100,000 people?
Right.
Hold on, we got to look it up again just to make sure. Overall, it's 5.9. I think it was 4.2. The male homicide victimization rate was 9.3, over 3.5 times greater than female rate of 2.6. Okay, so we got to take that into account. So if you're a lady that's applying all of those murder, all of those life pressures onto those news murders, you got to remember that you're 2.6 out of 100,000 people. So you got 100,000 ladies somewhere, 2.5 of them are getting murdered. So statistically speaking, that's insanely low, right? Could it be lower? Yes. Would we want it to be lower? Of course. Is it super low? Yeah. We wanted to look up. Let's look up South Africa again, because we did it before.
Yeah, wasn't it something crazy like 30%?
Well, it's not.
It's higher.
30% of the people dying. That's bad. That's worse than the Holocaust, bro. No, they were 30 out of 100,000. That's where you got. You said 30%. That's a lot.
Slight difference, just very slight.
Oh no, it's 45. 45 per 100,000 people. So, if ours is at 5, right? And theirs is at 45, you're 9 times more likely to be murdered in South Africa than you are in the United States. Okay? But like I said, all of these life pressures are going to be placed right on top of things like Timothy McVeigh blowing up the Oklahoma federal building. Right?
Or the guy stealing up to a restaurant and opening fire and drifting on off.
He was on a boat.
Yep.
He's a veteran, by the way. White guy.
Yep.
White guy.
They both were.
Veteran.
He and the guy who did the Mormon thing.
I don't know about the Mormon guy. Was the Mormon guy a veteran also?
Yep.
What's going on with our veterans? When are we going to open up Alligator Alcatraz for our veterans? Because it only took 24 hours for those guys to construct that shelter down in Florida for the immigrants, but we can't get a shelter for these veterans that are killing all these people randomly.
Seemingly randomly. There's got to be something behind it.
Seems pretty random to me.
I know.
Isn't that part of what they teach you in the military? To inflict maximum terror into a population, right?
Yep. Certainly did at that church. Jesus, that was ugly.
Yeah, it's terrible. Mike Stambaugh, Corvus off the political spectrum. What's your thoughts on this object flying through space at 135 miles per hour towards Earth that NASA is reporting? They trying to scare people? Well, first off, flying at 135,000 miles per hour in space is actually fucking... You might as well just be not moving at all. That's hella slow. But let's find the object. I did remember... I did hear about this recently. No, we do not want the AI mode, you piece of shit computer, you fuck. The object you're referring to is most likely the interstellar comet. Is that 3I or a 3-1? 3I 31 Atlas? All right, hold on. We gotta look this up before we even fucking 31
Look up
Atlas.
the
Is that what's happening? 3-1 Atlas?
NASA, by the way, made a intelligence agency and security agency this week by the government.
What did you do?
NASA was reclassified as an intelligence and security agency this week
Oh, that's
rather
great.
than a...
Public utility.
Yeah. Or science, whichever. On the plus side, it means I'll actually get funded. On the minus side,
All right.
do what?
Well, shut up. Shut up, you.
No. No, you shut up. Okay, go.
Shut up, you bastard. We're worried about
Hey.
31 Atlas right now. We'll talk about that later. You're gonna sidebar my fucking ADHD.
Go.
All these little fucking squirrels out here are gonna get super distracted. They're sorry, the squirrel-seeking dogs. Squirrel, you know.
Go.
31 Atlas, known as C2025N1 Atlas, and previously as A11PL3Z, is an interstellar comet discovered by the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System. That's why it's called Atlas. A for asteroid, T for terrestrial, L for last. Alert is A, S is systematic system. Okay. When it was discovered, it was entering the inner solar system at a distance of 4.5 AU, otherwise known as 670 million kilometers from the sun. The comet follows an unbound hyperbolic trajectory past the sun with a very fast hyperbolic excess velocity of 58 kilometers a second relative to the sun. Atlas will not come closer than 1.8 AU, otherwise known as 270 million kilometers, 170 million miles to Earth, so it poses no threat. It is the third interstellar object confirmed passing through the solar system after 1L/Oumuamua,
Jason Momoa was in space.
Hold on, we gotta look up. We gotta look this up. How the fuck do we say this? How to pronounce? I want to be able to say it.
We are looking at how to pronounce this name, as well as how to say more interesting names from astronomy as well, so make sure to stay. A comet, the first known interstellar object detected passing through Muamua. Oh, ooh. Yes, there's an
Oh,
and then
mamu
a U,
maua.
so that
All right, what the fuck, man? This guy's trying to get our watch time up.
Are you having trouble pronouncing the name of the mysterious interstellar object, Oumuamua?
Oumuamua.
Well, you're not alone.
Okay, there we go. Oumuamua. Oumuamua. Okay, we'll go back. All right. 31 Atlas is an active comet consisting of a solid icy nucleus and a comma. And a comma.
A creamy filling?
Which is a cloud of gas and icy dust escaping from the nucleus. The size of 31 Atlas's nucleus is uncertain because its light cannot be separated from that of the comma. The sun is responsible for the comet's activity because it heats up the comet's nucleus to sublimate its ice into gas, which outgasses and lifts up dust from the comet's surface to form its comma. Coma. Comma. Coma.
It's parentheses.
Images by the Hubble Space Telescope suggest that the diameter of 31 Atlas's nucleus is between 0.32 and 5.6 kilometer, with the most likely diameter being less than 1 kilometer. Observations by the James Webb Telescope also have shown that 31 Atlas is unusually rich in carbon dioxide. God damn. It's something stuck in my throat today. It's probably Charlie Kirk coming back to haunt me.
Really stuck in your throat. He's very
Observations by the Very Large Telescope have also shown that 31 Atlas is emitting cyanide gas and atomic nickel vapor at concentrations similar to those seen in the solar system comets. I believe this is the one that you're talking about. My interpretation here is that they're saying it's not even going to come close. I mean, the moon is 256,000 miles away. Hold on, let me check. 200 moon distance away from Earth, planet that we live on. The average distance from the Earth to the moon is... Oh, fuck! I fucked it up. Oh, my God. What a piss baby.
Oh, no.
252,000 miles away. Fuck! You son of a bitch. It's not 256. Fuck you. Fuck you, stupid moon. God damn. Making me wrong? I'm not going to be wrong.
Some people think this whole thing is an alien spaceship.
It's probably moving closer. It's probably moving closer just to fuck with the show. Sons of bitches. But the moon on average is 238 miles away from Earth. Okay. So if the moon is 250,000 miles away, right? And 31 Atlas is fuck. Is going to come, what was it? 1.7. Shit, we got to look at, we got to open that back up. Wiki groovin', groovin', groovin'. Yeah, 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 yeah. Where was it? How close is it supposed to come to the Earth? What did I say? It will not come closer than 170 million miles.
And yet there is a representative and a Harvard astrophysicist who are certain it's going to shoot mini probes at Earth on Halloween Eve.
If it does, I will get the fucking biggest hard-on you've ever seen in your entire life. My boner will fucking... You could put 20 cheeseburgers on top of it. You get what I'm saying?
That's an intriguing concept in itself. But
Do you
okay.
understand? Do you understand how big this boner will be if it shoots probes at us?
Because I don't. I'm not sure I want to.
Imagine. Wrap your
Ah.
mind. Wrap your mind around the madness
bigger
that you'll
than
have
you.
to be dealing with.
You'd fall over.
You'd be able to see it from your house, is what I'm saying.
That would be impressive.
Over the mountain. That's how big it'll be. You're like,
big
holy
it could
shit.
Touch
Oh
the
my God,
moon.
look at that erection. It's so big, I'm not even excited. I'm the
Right.
opposite of excited. I'm worried.
That's absolutely useless.
Who the fuck is messaging me? What is this?
Somebody tell me. Interactions.
We don't even have any. What mutual server are we on? Oh, fucking Banhammer, big time. Get the fuck away from me. All right,
No gaming for
Bots.
you, asshole.
bots are trying to hit me up. As soon as I started talking about boners, oh my God, the bots.
Your
We're like-
phone just goes crazy.
Friend request immediately for the erection. Anyhow, if you guys didn't know, Amazon is our sponsor. Did you know that? But they're not actually our sponsor. They don't give us any cash unless you guys buy shit from Amazon. Let's see if we got a hot link for you today.
I got my Amazon affiliate check this week.
What's that?
$12 whole dollars. That I got my first Amazon affiliate payment this week.
Oh, there you go.
12 whole dollars.
There you go. That's just enough money to buy a vibrator from Amazon.com. Okay,
right.
you were saying that you wanted some book recommendations. Okay.
I
Instead, fucking shut your mouth. God. We're doing a sales pitch right now. You can't interrupt the sales. We're making sales here. We're trying to get Amazon affiliate sales.
Okay.
This is a serious part of the show, okay? Don't you understand? We've got 0 super chats today and no new members today, so we have to try and sell you on a
Nice.
book. We're going to sell you guys on a book. And is this a kinky book? Absolutely not. This is one of the driest books you will ever read in your entire life, but I highly recommend it because you were asking for recommendations earlier
I
this
was.
week, and so I figured the first recommendation I will do on the show. I did recommend you guys a podcast to listen to on the Discord. If you guys want to know what I recommended on the Discord, you have to become a YouTube member or a Patreon patronizer. I guess you patronize me. Oh yeah, good. And then you can get on to the Discord, and I'll tell you all about fish stuff. I'll tell you about vibrators. I'll tell you about important books. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever you want to talk about. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter to me as long as you're not like sending me porn or whatever. I'm not interested. Howard Zinn, A People's History of the United States. This is a absolute must read if you're an American, if you're a European, if you're a Canadian, if you're a South American, if you're a Vietnamese, if you're an Australian, if you're the whole continent of Africa, I'm going to include. If you're from Antarctica, you should also read it. If you're from the North Pole, get fucked. Don't read. Go back to fighting bears or whatever the fuck you do there. But yes, this is a absolute must-read book. You have to read this book. You should go on Amazon and buy it through my affiliate link because whatever, you know what I mean? Like, we got to make money or something. That's what we're supposed to do because capitalism demands it. And none of the billionaires want to sponsor me because of my huge erections, okay? My giant erections when the asteroid sends a probe to Earth.
It blocks cell signal and they get all mad.
Yeah, they get all mad. Their Starlink goes down.
It's very sad.
Their Starlink goes down because I knock satellites out. I knock the satellites out of the sky. Their Starlink goes down. Costs them more money than sponsoring me was worth. No, seriously. Yeah, we didn't get any super chats or anything like that today. So go buy some shit off Amazon because you knew you were gonna do it anyhow. And we'll get a check in on our affiliate sales this month. We're at a whopping $2.95. We're crushing it so hard this week, this month. You don't even fucking know. We sold a mouth guard, CO2 hose, markers, orange paint markers. I wonder if somebody's using those for some nefarious purposes. Who knows?
Hopefully.
We got some water filters. We got some SD cards.
Oh,
Aquatic experts, something, filter pads, some other stuff. It only totaled $2.95. You guys aren't buying enough Amazon stuff through the links. So, you know, it is what it is, though. And it's a fun part of the show to make fun of the fact that fucking Amazon
somebody
shit.
got an SAS survival guide for my group today. So
Somebody bought a survival guide. What survival guide?
The SAS survival guide.
The SAS survival guide?
Yep, it's one of the big prepper loved books. So
Well,
everybody likes it.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to do it all in fucking Britbonger.
Rhetoric, yep. I know.
You'd be like, "Oi, mate! Oi, mate! Is that an oyster? I'm gonna eat it
They're awesome.
for survival."
Okay.
Bear Grylls style. Okay, here you go. Because this is a hot seller in Rebecca's world. Sorry, Witchy Cat's world. My bad. Your
All right.
name's not Rebecca. It's not Becca. It's not. It's Roberta. It's
No, it is not Roberta. God damn it. Sorry.
It's Mr. Roboto or Mrs. Roboto.
Okay.
Sorry, it's not Roberta. It's
Oh, I
not.
gotcha.
It's not Rebecca. It's Witchy Cat, Space Mountain Lady. Oh fuck. Starlink's
Whoever.
linking into you now. Starlink's linking in. Look out. Look out.
Damn it.
Look out. Look out. They're coming for you. They're coming.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Look out. Look
Where
out.
are the aliens? I need to be saved by a giant erection so that Starlink doesn't get me.
I know, I gotta spin around. I gotta stay active. Oh, I knocked over that old computer. Hey, did you know I have a really old computer sitting behind me right now?
I do now.
Yeah.
Why is it behind?
It's behind me right now because... Did you know something I found out?
Maybe.
Did you know something I found
What?
out? That's how we get into talking about what I found out. You're like, oh, fuck, what is it?
What is it, Joel?
Oh, my
Tell
God.
me.
I'm here to tell
Did
you all about it.
fall down the well?
Turns out every
Right.
computer case is made not in the United States.
Uh-oh.
So every computer case has gone up by like a staggering
Yes.
percentage. like a fucking the opposite of the asteroid erection. It's the opposite. It's the polar opposite of the asteroid erection.
It's the asteroid chasm.
It gives you an innie. They're so expensive now that it gives you an innie. You no longer have an outie.
Your penis and your balls just crawl right back up in
They go
there.
right back in, like you're doing that old school. What do you call it? Who's that guy? Bruce Lee. He would like
Oh.
he'd slurp his junk back into his body. Who are those guys? The kung fu practitioners.
I'm familiar. You're such a weirdo.
Hold on. I'm not weird. These guys actually do this. Hold on, I'll find it.
You are weird, and even if they do that,
These
they're
guys.
there.
These guys, the kung fu guys. Watch.
Oh,
You'll have to watch. You'll have to watch the stream. So these guys intentionally, they intentionally get kicked in the balls. These guys. It's not a sex thing either. Well, I mean, maybe it's a sex thing. I'm not sure. Kicking him. He's kicking him. He's kicking him right in the dick. He's kicking him right in the balls. He's kicking him right in the crotch. He's going crotchal. He's punching his own crotch. He's punching his own crotch. He's hitting his crotch with a brick. He's hitting his crotch with a brick, with power, with absolute. Oh my God! It's a punishment unbeknown to man, never seen before. We can't hear him talk. We don't want to hear him talk. We can't listen to that guy talk. We can't hear that. He's been hitting the crotch so many times, whatever he's going to say. So there are these kung fu practitioners that figure out how to they slurp their testes back up into their cavity, essentially, right? So they're just getting hit like in the pelvic bone or whatever, basically, right? And whether it's true or not, I don't know, but it's one of the kung fu practices. And I'm telling you, I didn't invent it. I didn't invent this shit. I had nothing to do with it. I'm just reporting on it, okay? I'm your reporter on these guys.
The use of the word slurp in this instance that makes it somewhat questionable.
I don't know how they do it back in there. I just imagine it's like it makes a weird. It's got to make a weird noise, right, or something. Something's got to happen. There's got to be an active noise.
Oh, God.
I mean, mine sounds like a piñata when it goes off. You know what I mean? So,
That must be very exciting. Does candy shoot out of it?
Yeah.
'Cause now I'm really excellent.
Candy, milk duds.
Jimmy, keep me in the Jimmy.
Good and plenty. Good and plenty. The worst candy ever. What the fuck is good and plenty? What are they doing? Why are they doing that? Stop doing it.
I don't know. They're gross.
Mm-hmm.
Hot tamales.
OMGZs, did you guys see the video of Homeland Security made using Pokemon song? Gotta catch them all with ICE agents. This shit is so ridiculous. Yes, they got a cease and desist order from it. They also made one with Theo Vaughn. That Theo Vaughn actually publicly denounced the ICE video with himself in it. I don't need to get into talking about Theo Vaughn, whatever. I don't know the guy, but he seems like a mess. Another one of my brothers in recovery that seems that his sobriety is suspect on a regular basis. I guess we'll put it that way. But what am I? I'm just a guy, I mean, I'm like, what's her name? You know what I mean?
That narrows it down.
I'm like Gwen Stefani, where it's like, I'm just a girl. Ooh. I'd be like, I'm just a boy. Ooh. What are push-ups?
BANANAS.
Damn it. Lost track of time trimming trees. Dude, that happens to me when I trim trees. I lose track of time also. I'm into it. That's why. I mean, I get into it, shaping it, cutting the limbs, getting all the little bits down, get some big branches, small branches, little, I love it. It's good times.
They can look like an animal.
This weekend in review, I worked all weekend. Go fuck your mother. There you go. But yesterday we went to the pumpkin patch, so that was good. I was really tired. I fell asleep on the way there, and we went around the pumpkin patch, and that was really cool. And I kept thinking to myself, I wish I wasn't so fucking tired. I could be enjoying this more. But then I was like, but I have to enjoy this because this is like one of the few things that you live for. Like, you work all week to do all of this shit. And then you get to go to the pumpkin patch with your daughter and her friend. So, of course, she's super distracted because she's with her friend the whole time. Although I did get to eat some of those cinnamon donuts they have. They call them like apple cinnamon donuts, whatever.
Apple cider cinnamon, yes.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like you're not getting apple. You're not getting any of that. They're dipped in cinnamon sugar. It's just donut dipped in cinnamon sugar, and they're fresh, so it was good.
Is there a haymaker?
I was gonna say where we went, but I don't want you creeps showing up and trying to ruin my fucking pumpkin patch day, because we're going back. We're going back, baby. We bought season tickets. Okay.
You're pretty far up, so it probably wasn't Remlinger.
What's that?
You said you're pretty far north, so I doubt it was Remlinger, which is my typical pumpkin patch.
No, not Remlinger. And we didn't even go to Remlinger when we were in the South. We would go to the, what is it, Castrianos or whatever? The fuck is it called?
Okay. I was a camp counselor at the Girl Scout camp next to Remlinger.
Carpentino. I said Castrianos. I was close. Carpentinos. Carpentino Bros. That's the best one in the South End. If you're going in the South End. Where the hell is oh fuck, I just forgot what you said. What were they called?
Remlinger?
Remlinger. What the fuck is
Incarnation.
Oh, Remlinger.
It's Incarnation.
Remlinger's Incarnation. Okay, yeah, I try not to go out to Carnation.
I don't blame you.
Too many pinata erections out there these days.
I haven't been out there for a while, but like I said, I was a camp counselor at the Girl Scout camp, and so they're literally right next to each other.
Yeah, I've been to Remlinger for sure. I've been out there. I didn't remember it was Incarnation, but Carpentinos is the best one.
Okay.
It's in the South End, so I'm not driving down to Carpentinos. Carpentinos? Carpentinos.
Alyssa's been there.
Alyssa loves going there. It's her favorite thing.
Favorite? Wow.
I don't know if it's my favorite. I don't know what's my favorite anymore. But I went to the Skagit County Fairgrounds. Went to Skagit County Fairgrounds yesterday real quick. What a sad fairgrounds.
Aw.
What?
It's so sad.
Well, what do you want me to do? I can't make it bigger. They will have to figure out their own situation with meteor coming to Earth if they want their fairgrounds to get bigger. Okay.
All right.
They're gonna have to figure out their own alien probe situation. You know. Anyhow, but
Were there rides?
no.
Oh, that is cool.
No, it's tiny. I mean, it's like two barns and one corral, one hay barn, and
That's not even enough.
one like tiny arena. It's really small, is what I'm saying. It was just like, what the fuck? I mean, I like to go out there to Monroe. You know what I mean? You go out to Monroe. That's a real deal fairgrounds. Like, you don't even know where you are. Is what I'm saying.
No.
You be at the Monroe State Fairgrounds, and you're like, there's a white building with a green roof and a white building with the fuck. They're everywhere, and you don't know where you are, and you're like, is it llamas or kangaroos?
Right.
What the fuck is happening? I don't know where I am. It's huge. You'll get lost. The Puyallup Fairgrounds, you can't get lost in the Puyallup Fairgrounds, but you can't get out.
Well, yeah, you can't move.
You can't get out is the point. Because, like, you have to go out through the locked, like, barricade gate, you know?
Yes. Interestingly.
And it's within the city. That's the weird part with the Puyallup one. It's like it's in the city. It's like on city blocks. You know what I mean? Like, you go across the street. You go across the street. It's Steve's house or Costco.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You're like,
You park in people's yards, and they love the fair because they get lots of money.
oh, they getting cash. They're probably the ones that break into your car, though. You know?
Also true.
They're like, well, I don't know if you can't park in my yard. You know, they're waiting for a better looking victim.
You need to park the Maserati in my yard, and it'll be $200, and don't expect anything to still be in it when you get back.
What about the Pacific Blob? What do you mean, like the island of fucking garbage?
I think the warm spot in the ocean, the extra warm spot that's moving around.
Oh, that's been happening for years. That's been happening for years. Just look up snow crab season. This has been happening for years. Yeah, I mean, this isn't. To be clear, this isn't a conspiracy. This isn't like.
This is climate change.
This is known.
Stupid.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what I mean. Like, it's quantifiable and it's bad. You know, there isn't a good. There's no good. No good can come from the Pacific blob. Nothing good. Nothing good could ever happen. Yeah, the warm mass blob. It's happened multiple times. It happened. I mean, just highlighted here. Yeah. So, like, if you wonder, like, certain things that the Pacific blob did, like, if you want to look up the snow crab thing, you can go look that up. But the really interesting parts of the snow crab is that it elevated the temperature where the snow crab live. So the snow crab were breeding extra, and then their metabolism was higher, right? They had a heightened metabolism, and they started consuming more. So they bred a bunch, and then ate themselves and starved to death. So they all died. It's crazy. Like, you're just like, oh wait, all the snow crab? They're like, yeah, fucking all of them, dude. Like, what? And so they just said we had no snow crab. Is that good? I mean, it really depends on your opinion on whether you like if humans have food to eat, I guess. You know, and if your opinion is like you don't like humans having food, then it's good. But
Or for line property.
if you're on my side of the fence, as far as that argumentation goes, I would say it's good that humans have food to eat. So Pacific blob, bad. Yeah. Extra high temps now, they say in media over here. Warm water circulating with higher temperature than normal may cause some serious problems. Yes, it will. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Will cause problems. 100%. Hands are tied, bro. What do you want me to do? The reality is like there's nothing that the average people can do to prepare for it. A lot of this stuff falls down to like the fact that we've had another failing administration that is doing the exact same thing that they did last time, like putting tariffs on, collapsing our food market, then using the tariff money to pay the farmers whose farms they collapsed the exact same way they did last time.
Yep. All of whom voted for it. Well,
They all voted for it. They all voted for this fucking stupid shit. And they did it before. So the last administration, I have to find, we got to go in the Wayback Machine here.
No.
What was it, 2018? Is that right?
18.
18 or
16?
19?
Oh, 18. If you're talking about the bailout, that was 18.
Yes, the China trade war in 2018 significantly impacted U.S. soybean farms, leading to a potential collapse of farmer incomes and profits, though not an outright collapse of the entire industry itself. Oh, look at AI getting in on this. The primary cause was a retaliatory 25% tariff China placed on U.S. soybeans, which eliminated the country's largest and most profitable market, causing prices to plummet and forcing farmers to seek new buyers and deal with excess supply and storage issues, which is happening again. This happened in 2018, and they are repeating the exact same shit that they did in 2018. If memory suits, they brought in $19 billion from those tariffs at the time, and paid out $18 billion to the agricultural industry, which they collapsed with their bullshit tariffs previously. So they are doing the exact same thing, just at a more broader scale, and this is going to continue to happen over and over and over again in all of our industries in the United States. This is going to keep happening because the tariff plan is stupid. Donald Trump is fucking stupid. The Senate and House for allowing him to do it, they're also stupid. The courts allowing him to do it are stupid. The Supreme Court for giving him supreme fucking protections that anything he does is legal is stupid. As I've explained before, people go like, "Hey, how do you want to resolve the system?" I'm like, the first thing you need to do is dramatically expand the House, dramatically expand the Senate, dramatically expand even the presidential position, dramatically expand the Supreme Court so that A, the Supreme Court can see more cases, B, the fact that we only have 9 justices that are appointed for a lifetime is fucking insane. Yeah. I guess they were worried since the anyhow, I'll go back to what launched that fucking tirade. I guess they are worried since the El Nino, La Nina effects could turn this year or something like that. Are there any new warnings in your West Coast media? I want you to understand something. Living in the West Coast, living on the West Coast of the United States of America, the entirety of my life, they focus on El Nino, La Nina. And it doesn't matter which one it's going to be, if it's La Nina for 10 years, if it's El Nino for 5 years, if it's one this year, one the next year.
They both.
We, as a people, do zero preparation for it. There is nothing that you can do to prepare for it. There's nothing you can do. It's like, we will hear about it on the news. They'll be like, oh, we're going to have a warmer, wetter summer. Or warmer, wetter winter. My bad. Or you're going to have a colder, drier, more snow winter, right? Like, okay, so I guess if there might be more snow, then I'll get snow tires and put chains in my truck. Right?
Yeah.
You know, like, what else am I going to do? Like, what else am I going to do? Like, am I going to batten down the hatches or whatever, you know? It's going to be a 4 to 6 month weather pattern that will be a weather pattern. And I can't change the weather. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing I can do to change the weather. You know, media has, for decades now, since I was a kid, 4 decades now, 5 decades now, 6 decades now, I don't know how long, but it's been a long time, that media has been telling the consumer that it's the consumer's fault that, by the way, just Coca-Cola, we looked this up before, this is astounding.
Yep.
So for over 40 decades, or over 4 decades, 40 years, the mass media has been telling me, the individual consumer, it's my fault. It's my fault, okay? I want you guys to understand. Media has been telling media, okay? The media, commercials, the news, whatever the fuck you want, how do you, the newspaper, all that shit, have been saying it's my fault that the Coca-Cola company makes over 2.2 billion plastic bottles a day. This is only the Coca-Cola company. This is one corporation makes 2.2 billion at least bottles a day. That's my fault. Media has been saying for at least 4 decades, because when did the crying Indian
70s, 73, 74, maybe? Might have been later.
I thought it was later.
Might be later.
Nope. 1971, so it's even longer. 50 years plus. Media in the United States, which extends to the rest of the world, has been putting out fucking insane propaganda like this right here. I'll show it to you. With the noble Indian, the noble American Indian. Look at him. He's rowing his canoe around shipping containers, industrial plants, spewing poison into the sky. There's trash and styrofoam and bottles and cans, and just clap your hands on the beach. And there he goes. He's walking off the beach in whatever this garb is supposed to be. Like, this is supposed to be some kind of traditional native garb, which this is completely inaccurate. And then here he is crying. He has a tear in his eye because people threw their garbage out the window. Okay? If people don't understand that this is abject propaganda for big business to be able to, just one corporation is making 2.2 billion bottles a day. By the way, it's, whose fault is it? Where are they? There he is, right here. Suspect number one. Trash out the window. Trash out the window, guys. Guys, trash out the window. Okay? We got the trash out the window. He's walking up here and he's looking, oh my God, these people are driving their cars. They could be having a skin boat, a human skin canoe. It's stretched human skin over birch wood canoe, and you could be paddling around. And you could be paddling around out here next to oil tankers, right? And, you know, because the guy driving the car, he's the guy who built the oil tanker. He's the guy who built this whole system, right? He's the guy. He's personally responsible. So the Indian, he's not crying here. He's not crying here. He's crying right here at the end when somebody, for some reason, throws a bag of garbage. Hold on, where'd it go? They threw a bag of garbage. It looks like chicken bones and stuff, chicken carcasses and wrappers and a cup. Seems to be a cup here. They threw it right at this guy. Maybe this guy. To be clear, we don't know the character of this actor playing the Native American, right? We don't know. We don't know the character of this person. Maybe this is a bad guy. Maybe this is a bad guy, and the true hero is this trash throwing person, right? Maybe this is the actual protagonist, right? Fighting back against this bad guy with the human skin canoe. Maybe. Who knows? We don't really know, but we actually do know, and so let's get serious here for a second. So
My grandfather, Mark.
For over, 50? Okay, we'll just confidently say 58 years, right? We might be wrong with our math here, but my point was, for the last 6 decades, media has been portraying that it is the individual's fault that the Coca-Cola Corporation is making 2.2 billion bottles a day. Okay? That's our fault. That's our fault for being in this system.
Consumer.
Yeah, and consuming. And never mind the aluminum cans, the fact that the aluminum cans are also lined with a plastic liner, if you didn't know that. I hope you do. I hope you knew that. I hope you knew that there's a plastic liner inside the aluminum can. So whether you buy aluminum or not, there's still a plastic liner in it. But it's our fault. It's our fault that these corporations are making all of this stuff, and then there's nowhere for it to go because it's not a product made from the earth. Also, the United States government subsidizes Americans growing corn that isn't edible. It's not edible corn. It's corn that gets turned into ethanol and added to gasoline, right? That's also the individual consumer's fault. That's also our fault that they do that, even though that corn could be used to make bottles. If you guys didn't know this, the exact same fucking bullshit rhetoric that we've been dealing with about paper straws. Whenever you hear one of these fucking dipshit conservatives start complaining about paper straws, remind them that the company that they are buying their products from could buy, guess what? Corn straws. There are plastic that is made out of corn that's biodegradable in like 30 years or something, or 20 years. How long is the corn? Corn plastic straws are the only moderately more expensive than paper or plastic straws. But unlike plastic straws, they are completely biodegradable and sustainable. Unlike paper straws, they don't dissolve in water or stick to foods. I mean, these things are kind of a joke. Reusable straws have their own downsides. Wood or bamboo ones never get fully clean. Corn plastic seems to be the ideal for so many disposable situations where we want to phase out conventional plastics like plastic bags, straws, and cups. They are virtually identical, except they are slightly more rigid and break down naturally after a short time. But I believe the reason why they won't be adopted is because the stupidity and politics. First, the average consumer will need to be informed that corn plastics are different from conventional plastics. Secondly, as ecology seems to be a primarily leftist idea, and corn subsidies and research are primarily conservative idea, the two parties will not meet in the middle. Kind of a lot of things to change my view on here, but I felt the same way during the plastic bag ban in my area. Now, I am wondering if I am missing or not understanding something when it comes to straws. Yes, and they are truly compostable product. It is a plastic derived from corn. We currently use it to make ethanol and put it into our gasoline. That's why there's cornfields around me in Washington State, Western Washington. There are cornfields out here. If you go pick the corn and you try to bite onto the corn will break your fucking teeth. It will fuck your teeth up. You will cry because you have no health care, and you won't be able to go to the dentist without coughing up fucking $3,000 to $5,000 to get your tooth fucking fixed, you son of a bitch, right? Which also is your individual fucking fault. That's your fault. That's the system.
Didn't work hard enough.
Should have worked harder.
Should have gone with a company that offered you insurance.
Should have bootstrapped yourself into financial security.
Slurp them right up.
Holy shit! I got to use my one of my coupons is gonna expire. Oh shit!
Oil change.
No, I have 7 gift cards from a company.
Awesome.
This one only has 2 days left to use it. Ooh, or I'm not going to get it. Problem is, they need to carry the saw that I want to buy, and they don't seem to carry it. Let's see if they got it.
Damn them anyway.
That's the power of the Butt Depot.
Trump versus YouTube. What's Trump taking YouTube on for? I missed that one.
Who cares? Who cares? He's going to do whatever the fuck he's going to do, you know? No one's going to stop him. People are freaked out. People are freaked out to even like talk shit to the shit about the guy. Have you noticed that?
Over his account suspension. Oh, Trump had an account?
Yeah. Yeah, he was suspended.
$24 million. I mean, it's a drop in Google's bucket, but still.
What? Oh, did Google pay out?
That's the settlement. Well, maybe he can use that to pay some of his settlement fees for what's-her-face, Jean Carroll.
No, he won't.
I know. It's just being optimistic for a minute. You don't need to crush it quite so fast.
He won't. Don't delude yourself, woman.
Oh, you just don't let me live in my la la land. I'm very sad.
I'm trying to find a saw right now, you know, and I'm in La La Land.
Bursting my bubbles left and right.
Because I know this saw exists. I just don't know why I can't buy it from the place that I have the coupon.
Home Despot
Coupon.
doesn't want to.
The coupon, bro. Coupon.
Better a coupon than a
Broski.
coupon.
What?
Said better a coupon than a capon.
A capon?
a capon is a neutered rooster, a neutered chicken. They used to do that well, they still do in some places, because it allows the rooster to grow larger and fatter and stay tender. And it's absolutely cruel the way they do it. Don't ask me
Oh.
why. I too follow weird rabbit holes. They're just a little
Yeah,
stranger.
I just wasn't. I mean, I knew that they did that. I just wasn't connecting the name. Like, oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, the ballroom. The gold vomitous lump. It's going to be what, twice the size of the White House or of the White House?
Yeah, the propaganda machine is just out of fucking control. I mean, I remember they asked him something the other day, and he just started talking about how what was it, the 24 gold carat
Yes.
decorations. Like, people just keep coming in, and they're like, "Oh my god, these decorations are just amazing." They're like, they're obviously fucking spray painted fucking bullshit tchotchkes. But you know, whatever, he falls for it. So I mean, I've said it 20 times on this stream. He's a fucking stupid person. He's a dumb idiot. Like, he's not a smart person. And the funnier thing about it is that, like, I question the validity of the gold items that he's putting in there.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody question if he's actually picked any of them up?
No, he has not
Right.
even touched them.
Because you're talking about, like, if you got an
Magnanimously.
object that is that large made out of gold,
It would
like
be
this thing,
fun.
like these vases, Trump office deco. Let's find a picture of this horse shit. Yeah, there we go. Like these shits right here. Like, let's cut his eyes out. There we go. Like these vases right here probably weigh, if these are actually solid gold, right? They probably weigh, this thing right here probably weighs 100 pounds?
Yeah.
150
More than
pounds, maybe?
Yeah.
This big one right here. This thing over here probably weighs 40 pounds. This thing might be 20 pounds or something. This thing is 50, 60 pounds. This thing is 50, 60 pounds. If these are supposedly solid gold, right? Like, I guarantee you this guy hasn't even picked them up to verify that they're actually solid gold. And I would wager $100. We'll never get to verify, right? But I would wager $100 if you go walk over there and pick these up, and you'd be like, "Oh my god, this is actually just painted fucking bullshit."
Right.
Like this base right here looks like turned brass. Like this plate, the bottom of this thing.
Oh,
the big one. This looks like turned brass right here. But supposedly nothing is as good as 24 karat gold, right? And supposedly these are all real, and I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a fucking second, honestly.
It's just like, why so much of it?
Considering
Like,
those stupid leaf decoration things, like they actually have those at Home Depot. We looked them
Yeah,
up.
the ones that look like keys.
Yeah, we looked them up on fucking. We looked them up on stream. We could go back if Home Depot stopped carrying them or something, but these existed on Home Depot's website. You could just order them and spray paint them, and I guarantee you, they are.
I think they came in gold on the Home Depot site. You could get a couple of those with your cupping.
Just put them up on the wall. I'll just
Right,
tack
show
them.
you-
I'll tack them all to the wall. I'll tack the rooster to the wall.
There you go.
Just hit him with the nail gun. He won't make it.
He won't. He'll be fine.
So yeah, I currently have a modified track saw that I use, and I would like to get one that is an actual track saw. This cordless DeWalt one is like $350, but for some reason, Home Depot doesn't carry it. So I'm gonna go talk to my my account manager there and be like, can you just figure out how to order it? Like, fucking get it. Like, I don't. It's not on your website, but figure it out.
Make it so.
Make it so. Number
Make it
one.
so.
Number one. Make it so.
Make it so.
Make it so.
La, la, la.
La la la.
I said rah, rah, rah.
Oh, rah rah rah. Okay, got it. Although I might have to get this rolling miter saw stand, because carrying around my miter saw is a fucking biatch. I hate it so much. It hurts my back. You just can't you can't counterbalance the weight carrying it around in like a good way. And my current stand doesn't have any wheels. No wheels, bro. Wheels.
Wheels.
I need to incorporate leverage and the modern technology, the invention of the wheel. The wheel.
Didn't they pass something saying that all the batteries have to be the same size and interchangeable? Wasn't that one of his early must-be-dones? They were all going to go to I think it was an 18-volt model off of, not eco-worthy, what's the...
Who did what?
True Value brand.
Start over. I fucking totally lost track of what you were talking about. I don't know what happened.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I can find it so I'm quoting correctly.
Just start over. I don't know what
There was in
seriously
January,
started thinking about
February-
teriyaki food and just totally lost track of what you were talking about. I don't know.
That's good too. Now you're going to derail me. January or February, didn't they pass a thing saying that all the hand tools, all the cordless tools had to have the same interchangeable batteries starting in mid 2025 or early 2026?
I remember that they're trying to do the
And it was Eco something, that stupid brand out of the only place I ever see it is True Value, or Ace rather. And True Value went chapter 11 last week.
I know that they were passing something. I do remember that they were passing something that is similar to the USB-C thing that they did in Europe.
Okay.
That there was a thing that they were trying to pass, but I don't know if they ever did.
Because I remember thinking, I don't even know that brand, so why their batteries?
Well, you know why.
I know, but yeah.
Because I remember they were trying to say that, like, oh yeah, here it is. April Fools. It's April Fools. Never mind.
Okay, good. All right. As long as it was an April Fool's thing.
Yeah, it was April Fools just to get clicks.
All right, good. Well, I fell for it.
But I would say that, in my opinion, this is my opinion, okay, it would be extremely, beneficial for everybody in the construction industry if all of the batteries had the same click base.
Yes.
You know, to connect. Like, it would be beneficial, just the same as all of the phones being USB-C. Like, there's no reason to have Thunderbolt or any of these other proprietary connectors, which we do now. I mean, if you have Milwaukee, it's Milwaukee. If you have DeWalt, it's DeWalt. If you have Ryobi, it's Ryobi. If you go down the fucking list. And you can buy adapters. That's the thing. There are third market companies that you can buy adapters. So any of the sort of top tier brands. You know, Makita, Rigid, DeWalt, Milwaukee, like they all have adapters between sort of the top 4 or 5. There's a fifth one. What's the fifth one? The green.
It's Eco. I'm trying to think of it. Hold on a second. Eco. I own a couple of the stupid things.
No, it's
not
Metabo's the green one.
Ryobi's the bright green one, because those are the ones I have, because I love them.
Yeah, Ryobi's a lower tier.
I know.
Metabo is the green one, and then there's the Flex, which is trying to break in the Flex Tools,
Eco.
which Flex Tools is like basically like Lowe's backed brand, right?
Okay.
Most of their internals are similar to Milwaukee DeWalt, right? They're most likely just a repackaged, Taiwanese or Chinese or whatever. It's just Lowe's is backing the manufacturer. So Lowe's dropped their what was the line? What did they drop? They dropped one of the lines. Like, they just don't carry it anymore. I think they dropped... What did they drop? I think they dropped Makita. I can't remember. But they dropped one of their brands, and then they're backing the Flex Tools.
Okay.
Which I've heard the exact same thing that you hear from any other construction guy that is in a platform that, like, yeah, they work,
Right.
and you're like, yeah, they work good, and they're like, yeah, but right? It's like, I mean, realistically, right now, if you want the Lamborghini of power tools, it's Milwaukee. They definitely do have some advantages. I have all DeWalt tools because I picked a battery brand and have just been in the DeWalt world. So there are some Milwaukee tools that are better than the DeWalt tools, that the equivalent, right?
Right.
But it normally only lasts for like 6 months, and then DeWalt puts out a new version of that tool. So realistically, if you wanted to upgrade, you could, and then just stay with the same line.
I'm broke. All of my tools are green. They're Ryobi.
Yeah, I mean, Ryobi is the cheapest one, and I mean, I've worked with contractors or framers or certain guys that work on job sites. A lot of guys like the Ryobi ones, even though like Milwaukee's their favorite, right? They like the Ryobi ones because if it gets stolen, it's way cheaper. If it gets broken, they just buy a replacement because they're way cheaper. And there are a lot of guys that use them for those reasons, right? They're like, are they better?
Right.
No, but who cares? Because
Right.
this
They
drill,
do the job.
like, how much is a Ryobi? I don't even know how to spell Ryobi.
Ryobi.
No, I got it right. Shut up. I got it right.
No, you should. Well, wait, you're on a live stream. Never mind. Keep talking.
What?
I said you shut up. Then
No, I
was
will
like,
shut up. I'll be real quiet. I'll be real quiet forever. It's a fucking long nap over here.
No.
How much are their impact drills? Well, this isn't good because their impact drills are more expensive.
Maybe they're out of you.
We're so for some reason their impact drills they're 18 volt, which is worse. This isn't even the kit, and it's $129. What the fuck?
They've gone up lately because of the tariffs.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's probably just the tariff shit, right?
Yep.
But yeah,
I need to replace
their impact drivers are expensive now. So maybe that just doesn't make any sense. I mean, the thing is, like, I own, I don't know, 3 or 4 impact drivers already, so I'm
Right.
not really in the market, so I haven't really looked around. I'm just sort of actively doing it at the moment. But, like, how much is... What's the... Yeah, here's the problem is that, like, the DeWalt, the 20-volt DeWalt, which actually has 3 speeds as opposed to the Ryobi one that was $129, is also $129. It's the same price. So
Yeah.
I would opt for the DeWalt one. It's much more compact. It's probably more powerful. It has 3 speeds. It has lights. I know it's more compact. I've seen them side by side. Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Love my DeWalt tools. Milwaukee has some niche tools in the 18-volt line that seem really cool, though. DeWalt has certain that are just plain better at the moment, but that goes back and forth, like Chevy versus Ford. Yeah, I mean, that's really the thing, is that, like, DeWalt has some tools that are better, like their, like the DeWalt, what the fuck is that thing called? Their SDS bit, their SDS, the fuck, concrete drill. The compact one is much better than the Milwaukee one. But the big ass Milwaukee one is better than the DeWalt big ass one, right? So it's like you got real trade-offs, you know? Like, I have a huge DeWalt one that I did side by side with the Milwaukee one, and the Milwaukee one is way better, but the compact Milwaukee one is way worse than the compact DeWalt one. And I use the compact one all the time. I'd setting anything into old concrete. I can't use the hammer set. I don't know if anybody out there has ever tried it with hardened concrete. You just shoot divots into it. So, you know, it doesn't work. And everything I work on is old as fuck, so I can't work on anything new ever. But, you know, like just those 2 examples. Or like the Milwaukee track saw is, admittedly, I like the Milwaukee track saw better than the DeWalt one, but like I said, I don't want to carry around 2 battery sets. So it's like, if something is, so like the Milwaukee one is like maybe 5% better than the DeWalt one. I don't, you know, that 5% difference isn't enough for me to be like, you know what? I'm going to carry around different batteries and a different charger and all that shit. It's just, it's goofball nonsense at that point. Alyssa says, I went with Makita because I got a drill set of theirs on sale for like $50 15 years ago, and that set me up just to get more Makita tools from there. I still use that same drill all the time. Yep, that's exactly, yeah. Yep. That's exactly that's how that works as far as Americans go. Americans are by far and away the most loyal to, like, brands. And I've mentioned this before, like I read a study a long time ago that was talking about American brand loyalty, and the way that they were testing that was pretty interesting. The way that they did it is they found 4 corner locations. Let me rephrase that. They found a 4-way intersection that had, on every corner, had a competing gas station and convenience store. So, like, there's a Circle K, there's a Shell, there's a Chevron, and 7-Eleven or something, right? And they all had gas pumps. So they found these locations where they had the convenience store with the gas pumps on every corner. And what they did is that they went there, and as a part of the study, they controlled the gas prices to see if it would influence people's decisions into going into locations, and then they studied the sales data, because while the sales data is anonymized, right? Like all you have is just the receipts, right? You have all these receipts, but you can also check out, like, if you're everybody has a license plate, so you can start to track license plates and figure out like where they're going, because like this license plate is a red Dodge, and that red Dodge shows up 2 times a week or 3 times a week or once a week or whatever. And they can figure out by going, all right, we're going to lower the gas price by 30 cents over to this one gas station, and we're going to make sure that the other gas stations keep their price the same. And then see how much that changes the purchasing patterns of Americans. And essentially what they found out is that like it changed nothing. It made 0 dent in the Americans' patterns of buying and locations that they go to. And it also didn't change like how much they bought. That was unaffected. And the reality is that like the Americans are super loyal, even though they have no affiliation to the corporation. They have no affiliation to the people that work there. They have no affiliation to anything other than like, this is the place I go and I fill up my gas tank and I buy a coffee and a donut or whatever, and then I head off to work. And they just do the exact same thing every day. And it like none of the pricing changes changed any of their behavior. And so companies know that from these studies, right? Companies paid to get these studies done, right? And a perfect example of that is the tool business, where Alyssa is a perfect example of a customer like bought into a platform and then stays with that platform the rest of their life. That's what they count on, right? Is like they just want to hook you with an early sale, right? And then once they get that early sale, then it's like, boom, you're just going to keep buying that same thing forever. The newer DCF 860 Impact driver is an absolute beast. I'm wondering if I have that one. I'm pretty sure that I do. It's the 860. I have to look at the buttons to know which one the fuck they're talking about. Because it's the buttons that means I know if I have it or not. Show me the buttons. Where's the 360 view? Can you rotate it here? Jesus Christ, I need to see the buttons. Oh, there's the buttons. Yes, I have this one. I have this one because I have that button arrangement. Yes, I would agree with the statement from personal experience that they will hammer the fuck out of shit. As you said, I literally use 1 speed out of 3 all the time because it gets the job done, as well as my old driver. 20-minute light timer is very handy. Also, yes, I love that the 20-minute light timer is, hats off, one of the best additions that any company has done since the LEDs were added. They added LEDs to almost every tool under the sun these days, and a 20-minute timer on there is huge, because when I don't have a light on my head, because I get that Peyton Manning forehead. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. We'll get you a picture here. Peyton Manning forehead. Yeah, he gets this going on after the game. Yeah, after he loses the Super Bowl.
Wah, wah.
He gets this going on. He gets this thing on his head.
Adding insult to indignity.
And so I get that. Like, I'll get this big red spot right here from wearing my what do you call it? Headlamp all day, which I do all the time. I do frequently. It doesn't stop me from wearing my headlamp all day all the time, but there's some times where I'm not going in a crawl space or whatever, so I'm like, yeah, I'll just don't need that yet. And the 20-minute light timer saves me very often, so I'm a big fan. But we've reached the bewitching hour, and we did not reach our 50 super chat goal of the day. We came in just shy at 0 out of 50. So, hey, no aquascaping live stream for you guys. No aquascaping live stream for me. Wow. C'est la vie. C'est la vie. It is what it is. But we have reached the bewitching hour where we end the show unceremoniously. But thanks to everybody for chatting today. And I am a spicy bitch, apparently. As I'm told by the chat.
I believe is the phrase that I used. Thank you very much.
Bossy bitch.
Yes.
Spicy bitch.
Said with love.